This message is to Saba Naqvi. Saba, recently I have released an video where you have referred to a bunch of extremely successful Muslim entrepreneurs who are definitely worth every penny of what they have achieved in life. Not only they are great philanthropists, they are amazing people. I mean, I'm talking about Aziz Premji or even the chief of Sipla or the Wokhart Hospital. All these are great human beings, amazingly great. But when you refer those people, you just forgot. We are referring about people who go to the mullahs, who preach radicalism, hatred, and constantly they create an environment where their followers literally think they are in a country which is not friendly to them. Rather than addressing the problem of how these bigots, the mullahs, and the power-hungry politicians who go into these mosques and these gatherings and keep kind of telling them how they should be kind of totally alien to the majority community. Haven't you seen that? Haven't you heard the politicians the way they talk? Do we have to name them? The list will be like a laundry list. Somebody, a moderate journalist like you, should be making a video or an audio and telling the same mullahs, these politicians, and to the general Muslim community who are involved with these kind of people who wish nothing but only goodwill to them at the cost of the nation. We can go on and on this. Why did this happen? There was a huge congregation in the mosque, and what was being preached there? To go around the country and radicalize people. Try to lead a life of medieval times, which means hatred to anything that is new in this world. And what did they do? They went about spreading this dreaded disease. Now, what do you expect from an average common man? Now, he is scared to buy a fruit or a vegetable from the very same people who might have been contaminated by maybe even 10-15% of their own brethren. Did you even once mention about it? Saba, before you accuse a community or just keep talking about throwing in names like Aziz Premji, so on and so forth, do some introspection. Why is all this happening in this country? Why is it? It's because these uneducated people with hardly any income in their pocket are told to have unlimited children and drive them more into poverty. Have you ever spoken to them and told them, listen, it's good if you have 1 or 2 children? Have you ever done it, Saba? I don't think so. If you ever do it, you will not even be allowed to keep that name Saba Naqvi. Did you know that? I have done it, Saba. I have spoken to many Muslim people, downtrodden Muslim people, and I have spoken to them. I have told them. And you know the answer I get? No, sir, we are not supposed to do it. Ye sab Allah ka deen hai. This is the mentality. Now somebody like you should be speaking up. Not talking about, oh my God, the majority community is not buying vegetables, not buying fruits. It's not about buying fruits and vegetables. You got to change the culture, the mentality. I'm not a religious bigot or I don't hate religions. I respect Islam as much as I love Hinduism, as much as I love Christianity. I've been to mosques, I've been to temples, I've been to Jerusalem, I've been even to the Medina Mosque in Hyderabad. So, I'm a moderate Hindu, but I'm scared to buy, honestly, yes. I'll tell you why. Because you see things like being people spitting, people throwing stones at health workers. Where is it happening? Isn't it happening in the very same Muslim localities? So people like Saba Naqvi should be talking about it, talking to these mullahs, taking these mullahs and telling them, listen, preach the good things about Islam. Don't write your own Islam. Islam has some great things in it. It's unbelievably great things in it. I respect it. But on the same token, a handful of mullahs, a handful of politicians are bringing disrepute to it. You should be speaking up and talking to them, and then come and advise the majority community that, look, I'm doing my piece, please help me. Rather than that, you just throw in some very successful people's name and then use that as a base to say, hey, the average guy is not buying his apple or his oranges from the street vendor. That's not the way to say, give a sermon, right? So